So we interviewed several women, and there seemed to be a number of themes that came up, some of which were regardless of women's ages. There were many insights and individual ways in which people connected to the various characters in Twilight, but of course there was also the attraction to the vampire piece. But we focused on issues having to do with male-female dynamics because it really seemed to be more about the love story for most women.
Why do some people feel like they have such a personal connection with celebrity couples, so when there's a breakup like this, we're devastated?
People tend to idealize celebrities and their relationships.
Okay.
And so when we see a breakup like that, then that could happen to me.
Focus on what is not, what we don't have, what are we seeking, what are we going towards? And that's okay. That can be very adaptive. But we talk about transformation and using the time when you're single, even if you're very much on the path to trying to find a partner, but doing both simultaneously is definitely very possible. Ambition and goals can be really closely related. I think creativity is a huge piece of transformation. So what does it mean to you, and how do you bring creativity to your life?
Now, to start, why is it that we seem to get so stressed out around the holidays? This is supposed to be a time that's, fun for everybody.
I think there's so many expectations and so many things we create in our minds about how it should be and how it should go. And it's just a setup because there's always going to be things that trigger us. There's always going to be challenges. It just is what it is with the holidays.
How can we keep things civil even when we disagree?
I think it's important to almost imagine what's going to happen at the dinner table, maybe based on relationships in the past year or what's happened at the dinner table last year. And just imagine sort of, okay, so this is what I anticipate could trigger me. So here are the things I'm going to try to stay out of, to keep my distance about.
Why are some of us burning out so quickly?
I think it's a mixture of a lot of different things, but I would say that one of the things that has been a real problem for most people is the accumulation of all the different stimuli that we have to be on for. So aside now from calls and emails and texts, now we have all the various social media.
Now, if you're already burned out, you know that you're there. How do you manage it?
The fact that we can no longer separate ourselves from our work, that we've sort of joined our workspace with our home space, our personal and our professional, is sort of, clearly it's not separate anymore. I would say to make a bigger effort to really separate those two things as much as possible. So maybe you create a separate email for work if you haven't already, and you say no to things more. So anything that you don't have to take on your plate, you don't.